Hi Cancer, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of April 4th to April 10th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the week, so just take what resonates. But thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already, for the love and support. And to book a personal reading with myself, just reach out via email. You'll see all the options, pricing, and that email down below. I'll definitely get that started for you. Feeling very connected to you right now. And as well, don't forget to stick with me to the very end of the reading to get an answer to your own yes or no question. The overall message I channeled for you for the week, you got a move that changes everything. A move that changes everything. And before we mention the song that Spirit chose to speak upon your week on Shuffle, they had me singing, I swear it was a song they made up, and it was something, where you want to go, where you want to go, okay? I can't explain it when they start to make up songs or sing through me, or even sing to me, but this time it was through me. And I feel like that was very relevant to the overall message in your week as a whole. Being pushed to ask oneself, where do you want to go? And you're about to make a change that's gonna, a move that's gonna change everything. Bear with me. The song that you received on Shuffle, Jumper by Third Eye Blind. Amazing song. I'll leave it down below for you to utilize in one way, shape, or form. And let's begin. We're going to start by pulling an overall focus, if I could even say it, from the Sacred Light Oracle deck, and then we'll further speak upon your week with some tarot. Let's see what we get. Some shuffling for Cancer for this upcoming week. Your connection to others will be very relevant. Okay, you got Antakarana. I always struggle to say that. I do feel like you're focusing on your language, your communication, even your body language is relevant this week. Being viewed as and viewing oneself potentially as a humble warrior. Interesting. This says humble wanderer, but I read humble warrior, as it is a bit dark in here, although you can see it, I hope. Anyways, being pushed to recognize that you're rediscovering oneself, where you want to head, your path, if you will. And again, a huge focus on communication for one reason or another. Feeling a little bit peaceful, but a little bit anxious and nervous all the meanwhile. Being pushed to recognize that at times, at certain moments, you do have a stubborn attitude. Okay, bear with me, that wasn't my message coming through, or you could be dealing with more so that vibe outside of you, that energy, all right? Being pushed to focus on your individual artistry, however that resonates. But we do have Antakarana here. Talking about crossing the Rainbow Bridge, resurrection, coming full circle. There's definitely going to be a full circle kind of feeling throughout the week for one reason or another. Talking about how you're crossing the Rainbow Bridge, definitely being pushed to see the brighter side of things, the silver lining, if you will, to keep that hope alive if you see this dove up here, to focus on what and who's making you happy at this time. Are you making oneself happy? Okay, where you're about to head, what the changes that you're making in your life, are they going to make you happy? Okay, it's going to change everything to say the least, but you definitely need to prioritize your happiness and your inner peace at this time when deciding where to go, who to associate oneself with, and what projects, occurrences, right? What situations to wrap oneself up with. An underlining focus as well on your spirit guides. Definitely a spiritually connected week where you're going to be hearing them loud and clear, or at the very least being communicated through other synchronicities and stuff like that. Being pushed to look for the signs or just not ignore them, okay? Potentially look up the spiritual meaning for them. If you see angel numbers, make sure to look up the meaning online. Being pushed to recognize that you're guided as I look at the word supervision. Anyways, let's continue and pull some tarot. We're going to pull from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck for this set of weeklies, switching it up by pulling one card for each day of the week, making our way from Monday to Sunday. Okay? If need be, we'll further clarify with the small everyday tarot. You'll be a little bit distracted at certain points in the week is what I'm getting for Cancer. Okay. What else do we have? We've got 4 out of the 7. Last one right from the top of the deck. Okay. Underlining focus on the work you're putting in. Okay, what are you watering at this time? It's prospering. It's helping you perform at a better level. Feels like what you're working through is improving or just feeling easier due to what you're working towards building, developing. It could feel like a project, a business, a hobby is helping you with your individual confliction, your individual transformation, if you will. You also will find that certain moments when you're working or doing something of the sort, putting in that effort, you remember the past, okay? It just feels like it could force you to lose your breath for a moment, or just be like, okay, what was I doing then? Why didn't I trust my intuition? I feel like you will remember or just realize in general how far you've come, and to not ignore your intuition moving forward, to say the least. Beginning the week and spread on Monday, we have the 10 of Swords. And so you begin the week and you're feeling quite depleted, wanting to and focusing on an ending. Okay, this could be a day where something does end altogether in order to start a new chapter. This could have to do with that move, they're saying, of residence or a move in career in one way, shape, or form. Let's clarify this one. What do we have for this 10 of Swords for Monday? We've got the Queen of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're going to wake up a bit stressed, very much depleted on this Monday to begin the week. Don't let it leave you too disheartened, because I feel as if you'll have a comeback. You know, you'll feel a spurt of energy at some point throughout this day, if not moving forward throughout the week. But feeling a bit feisty and thinking about what you need to cut out, if not implementing that process of just using that sword and saying it's time to move on to bigger and better, or just implement a change, a move that's going to change my life for the better, period. They're saying move on. I'm going to take that for me as a reader and for you as a viewer. With the 5 of Swords, there's just a bit of stress taking place as you are put in the spotlight on Tuesday and Monday, as you're putting in a lot of hard work and effort, just feeling overworked. But if you ask oneself seriously and honestly, you bring it upon yourself to a certain extent. So the Hanging Man, to move on to Tuesday. When you get the shakes at certain points throughout the week, ask yourself why. Feeling a bit stuck or just being pushed to adjust your perspective in one way, shape, or form when it comes to Tuesday. Planning, developing, creating. When you work on Tuesday, right, when you create, you develop, you do something of the sort, right, that does, again, potentially help your individual transformation and what's confusing you or just leaving you a bit conflicted, you're going to be pushed to adjust your perspective on something, to question oneself and your past to benefit your future and where you're heading, okay? They're saying we're getting the wheels churning in 2 different ways in your life, but in your mind in a productive manner. Don't allow, when they push you to think, to contemplate, right, to ask oneself questions, don't allow it to lead to a level of overthinking, okay? Moving on to the Moon for Wednesday. Wednesday's a day where there's a level of secrecy, but you're going to need to expect to feel levels of emotion come to be, certain levels, certain emotions floating to the surface that you haven't healed or dealt with. I feel like it has something to do with the questions that you're pushed to ask when it comes to Tuesday. They're saying purposeful. It could have to do with an underlining focus on love, okay, or a lack thereof, which asking yourself where you've gone wrong potentially. Some of you just asking yourself if the move, they keep saying move a residence, if the move that you're making at this time or will be soon enough, if that's going to affect your love life in a positive manner. They're saying don't question everything. Remember that everything does happen for a reason. Okay, with the 7 of Swords, a level of secrecy that you're being pushed to be honest with oneself about, regardless of how that plays into your situation or your future in one way, shape, or form. They're saying it changes everything. Once again, with the 4 of Cups, you need to recognize who's not right for you, what's not right for you, all right? You've changed, you've grown over time, and it's a point along your path where you know enough, right? You have the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom to recognize who's not going to work for you, what's going to just make you more anxious, strip away the inner peace, or just leave you feeling less aligned, okay? Feeling like it's going to be hard not to notice who and what's feeling a bit heavy within your life at this time, all right? Your connection to the moon will be strengthened when it comes to Wednesday. Trust in it, all right? What you think when you look at the moon will help you within your transformation. The Tower. Again, I was interesting. I was just about to say I gain a level of frustration from the transition from Wednesday to Thursday. And by that I mean, don't be surprised when you do feel a level of frustration, weird wording, when moving into that day. A focus on a tower moment, okay? And it could have to do with the emotions and the questions, the thoughts that are coming to be throughout the previous couple of days that lead to an inevitable tower moment where you're feeling a bit emotional, wanting to take care of somebody potentially, or even being pushed to take care of oneself in the midst of this. You could just be more so expecting a tower moment, right? Or for some of you, you're thinking back to a previous one, and therefore certain emotions are coming back to be a need to heal before you get to where you are going, all right? You could be dealing with certain annoyances, frustrations, noise, as there is some of that in the background. Anxiety definitely could be present, as it reminds you of the passionate fresh start you need to keep the hope alive for that's on the horizon, okay? Let's keep moving forward. We have keywording, the Empress for Friday. What do we have for the Empress? Six of Wands. Being noticed when it comes to Friday for something you want to give birth to, a new change once again, for how much things are changing for you. Being aligned with the Ten of Swords and what that's putting to rest in your life for the better, they're saying, or for the worse, okay? Feels more so for your benefit, to push you into a new direction that'll feel very relevant, very necessary along one's path. And quickly we're moving on. Interesting. Again, keywording. The Tower card coming out again with the Page of Swords for Saturday. The weekend begins and you're learning more about a Tower moment that happened, potentially another one that's coming to be. Don't fret, okay? It just feels like some key information is coming through to help you adjust your perspective, to not hang on to something that's not meant for you, or just to recognize where this situation would have went, okay, or could go in terms of a lot of stress, disappointment, and just blockages potentially, okay? There's a lot to learn and gain from it all. But again, we're speeding through the last three cards of the week as we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords for Sunday. A lot of movement, but not super fast. It's like half of you is moving slowly or feels the inclination to, but the other half of you feels the need to just speed forward, but recognizing that that's making you a bit anxious or just a little bit on edge. So try to balance things out for oneself and be one with the slow pace that you feel is right for you at this time. All right, it feels like Sunday's a day where things are moving a bit slowly, and so there's a need to just breathe and be one with the feeling in the air and not add stress to one's plate. Being reminded in the midst of it all that you are dealing with a level of disappointment or a heartbreak at this time, or just trying to heal one's broken heart from the past, and needing to recognize you have the wisdom and knowledge to move forward in a successful light and make the best out of the situations that are on the horizon when it comes to where you're moving. Because again, it's a week where you're moving, the changes you're implementing are adjusting and changing everything for the better for oneself. All right, let's answer your question. For Cancer. Alrighty, you're getting an answer of yes. You got a yes. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing week, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Cancer.